Hello everyone, I'm Suchita Mukhopadhyay.
Namaste everyone, I'm Maithili Aburi.
And we are your biology faculty from
Infinity Learn.
So we'll be discussing the NEET 2021 paper analysis. We'll be straight away moving to the slides.
So class 11, let's observe what's the trend like in NEET 2021. There seem to be a lot of questions from the cell structure. I forgot to take a pen there. So yeah, cell structure, there are 13 questions. So you need to know your cell biology very, very well for this paper. Human physiology, this is a natural trend. I would say natural just because these are the questions that are, this is the kind of the weightage that you have been seeing from since very, very long. 2 questions each from each of the human physiology chapters is generally observed trend. It is in this particular year that neural control doesn't have any questions. Even chemical control, there's a single question. So there are questions which the weightage has, wobbled a little bit, that you don't see 2 questions from each of the chapters, but still there are a lot of questions, 11 questions appearing from there. So next we have diversity in living world, 10 questions, structural organization, which are 9, plant physiology is 7 questions. Yes, I am going to discuss the easy, moderate, tough, that is the difficulty level 2 in the next upcoming slides. Class 12 will be discussed by Suchita ma'am here.
So here you see in class 12th a lot of question has been asked from genetics and evolution. लेकिन एक चीज याद रखना कि principles of inheritance से ज़्यादा questions इस बार नहीं आया है. And you have found like this was something which it was not expected यहाँ पे कि molecular basis of inheritance इस chapter से 8 questions has come, right? उसमें एक difficult question भी था. And you see कि एक और जो chapter है जो इस बार हम लोग को एकदम सरप्राइज कर दिया है, जो एक यूनिट है राधा, दैट इज बायोटेक्नोलॉजी. बायोटेक्नोलॉजी से जनरली हम लोग 12 क्वेश्चंस कभी जनरली इट्स नॉट अ ट्रेंड दैट अपीयर्स इन नीट, लेकिन इस बार अगर आप देखोगे सो देयर आर 12 क्वेश्चंस इन बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, जिसमें से 8 तो बड़ा इजी सा था लेकिन 4 थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट सा था. तो अगर इफ योर बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इज स्ट्रॉन्ग इनफ, अगर ये वाला यूनिट आपका बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग था, सो इट वुड बी अ वेरी वेरी गुड नीट फॉर यू गाइज, राइट? और उसके साथ जो हम बोलते रहते हैं कि रिप्रोडक्शन जो है काफी अच्छा, लाइक इट्स देयर आर सम वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स इन्वॉल्व्ड इन द यूनिट रिप्रोडक्शन. तो आप देख ही सकते हो कि काफी ज्यादा क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे भी लाइक 10 क्वेश्चंस है विच इज प्रिटी गुड नंबर. उसमें से ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन और रिलेटेड चैप्टर से आई थिंक रिप्रोडक्टिव हेल्थ से 2 क्वेश्चंस जो थे वो काफी लाइक इट वाज अ गुड क्वेश्चन, सो वी हैव कैटेगराइज्ड इट एज अ टफ क्वेश्चन. और इकोलॉजी से ऑलवेज मैम बताती रहती थी कि इकोलॉजी से बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, तो इस बार एज एक्सपेक्टेड यू हैव 9 क्वेश्चंस. एंड बायोलॉजी इन ह्यूमन वेलफेयर, ये यूनिट जो है काफ़ी ज़्यादा मतलब शॉर्ट एंड सिंपल यूनिट है, तो एज एक्सपेक्टेड यहाँ पे सिर्फ 6 क्वेश्चंस आया हुआ है, राइट? चलो फिर लेट्स मूव ऑन.
So in that, I just want to point out that there was a question from reproductive health, which is venereal diseases, and one was from human reproduction, that is, which is not involved in the fetal ejection reflex. So it's just pointing out it is 2 different chapters. Those are the 2 questions we have categorized into the difficult level. So let's look at these pie charts. These are basically talking about how many questions from each of the classes. Class 11 has 50 questions, class 12 has 50 questions. Again, this is something that rarely happens. Usually class 11 and 12, the distribution is not so exact, but this year you see that NEET 2021 exactly has 50 questions. So that is an unusual trend that you will see from this particular paper, but that is how it is. And over to you, Suchita.
Yeah, so this pie chart explains the analysis overall. पेपर कैसा था तो आप देख ही सकते हो 74% of the paper was an easy paper. आप बोल सकते हो कि कैसे easy है. देखो question ज़रूर it was lengthy ones, I do agree to that, but that doesn't increase the difficulty level because most of the concepts were straight away taken from the within the NCERT. So overall if you see 74% paper का जो था it was easy, 23% of the questions they were moderate, और 3 3%, काफी काफी कम नंबर परसेंटेज है वो, तो सिर्फ 3% जो है वो टफ था. सो ओवरऑल इफ आई हैव टू कैटेगराइज और इफ आई हैव टू एनालाइज द ओवरऑल पेपर, आई विल से दैट इट इज a easy paper with little bit of difficulty in it, right? Moving ahead, so ma'am will be discussing the 11th biology.
So before we were looking at the units, here is even more a very clear analysis done by our great team, where they are talking about the questions from each of the chapters, and the difficulty level is also something that is color coded for you, made it very easy, which is in green the easy questions, orange for the moderate, and the red for the difficult questions. So as far as class 11 is concerned, as I was pointing out, look at that particular chapter with no questions there. So that is something that is an unusual trend. You will also observe this particular chapter there also without any questions, right? So that is something that is quite unusual, as you can see from this particular class 11, right? On the other hand, you also see questions appearing from each rest of all the chapters except for these two, and which is something that I discussed in the units level as well. So this is the trend with the 2021 NEET paper. Class 12 again, it's over to you, ma'am.
So here it's the class 12th biology. If you see, as I already mentioned कि 8 questions जो है वो molecular basis of inheritance से आया हुआ है. Maximum number of questions you can clearly understand from here. उसमें से 1 was difficult, I already told you. और जो sexual reproduction in flowering plants, we go on telling you that कि sexual reproduction काफ़ी important है. तो यहाँ से भी 8 questions आया हुआ, like it has come. और उसके साथ ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन और रिप्रोडक्टिव हेल्थ मैं पहले भी बता चुकी हूँ कि एक एक देखो यहाँ पे भी डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन आया है. और ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन से यू कैन से दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस वेर यू नो मॉडरेट टू डिफिकल्ट लेवल. काफ़ी अच्छा क्वेश्चंस आया है ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन से. रिप्रोडक्टिव हेल्थ में एक क्वेश्चन ज़रूर डिफिकल्ट है, लेकिन अगर आप लोग देखोगे तो 2 क्वेश्चंस जो है वो ईजी भी है, राइट? और अगर मैंने जैसे बोला कि प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस से ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन नहीं आया है, जो कि जनरली ऐसा होता नहीं है. सो दिस इज समथिंग अ न्यू ट्रेंड दैट वी आर सीइंग दिस टाइम इन द नीट 2021. और यहाँ पे देखो सिर्फ 2 क्वेश्चन है प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस से. लेकिन देखो बेटा, ये तो एक बहुत जबरदस्त सा एक ट्रेंड इस बार देखा गया है कि बायोटेक्नोलॉजी प्रिंसिपल्स एंड प्रोसेसेस से 1 चैप्टर 7 क्वेश्चंस. बायोटेक्नोलॉजी से इतना ज्यादा क्वेश्चन भी जनरली डोंट गेट, राइट? तो यहाँ पे 7 क्वेश्चंस है. बायोटेक्नोलॉजी एप्लीकेशन में टोटल 5 क्वेश्चंस है, जिनमें से 4 तो बड़ा इजी सा है, लेकिन एक जो है 1 question, it is a moderate one, right? Overall 12th standard में देखोगे, I can again say that it is a comparatively easy to moderate paper, right? क्योंकि difficulty level obviously it's very very less. अब बॉटनी का एनालिसिस है सेक्शन ए बी वाइज. अब दिस एनालिसिस कैसे है? दिस एनालिसिस इज स्ट्रिक्टली बेस्ड ऑन not chapter wise categorization but section that is given as per your NEET papers. NEET में जो chapters, अगर evolution जैसे founders effect ये वाला question डाल दिया गया था बॉटनी में, so we have kept it as it is. और उसके बेसिस पे ये बॉटनी और zoology का एनालिसिस है strictly as per the NEET papers. और उसके अकॉर्डिंग अगर आप देखोगे बॉटनी में डिफिकल्ट तो वैसे कुछ है नहीं उसके सेक्शन के अकॉर्डिंग, राइट? इजी है. आउट ऑफ 35 क्वेश्चंस 32 क्वेश्चंस वेरी इजी, दैट इज 91% ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस ऑफ सेक्शन ए ऑफ बॉटनी वाज इजी. एंड मॉडरेट जो क्वेश्चन है सिर्फ 3 क्वेश्चन था, सो 9% इज मॉडरेट. सेक्शन बी क्वेश्चंस वर वेरी गुड, काफ़ी लेंदी, काफ़ी एप्लीकेशन, थोड़ा सा सोचने वाला क्वेश्चंस था यहाँ पे, राइट? सो इजी क्वेश्चन 8 थे 53%, मॉडरेट क्वेश्चन 7 थे 47%. सो यू कैन क्लियरली अंडरस्टैंड कि ये जो सेक्शन ए बी का कैटेगराइजेशन किया गया है, इट इज़ मोस्टली कि सेक्शन ए जो है वो काफ़ी ईजी है, लेकिन सेक्शन बी कंपैरेटिवली थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है. बट यू वर गिवन द चॉइस. आप अगर इंटेलिजेंटली सोच के अगर डिसाइड करते या फिर करे होगे, so it would be really good for you, right? So ma'am will be discussing the zoology one.
Also, Suchita, did you observe that there were, no questions at all from biodiversity? That is also an unusual thing, right? Quite an important chapter where there were no questions at all from that particular chapter, which is quite important, ecology, right? So, like ma'am already told, this is something we have strictly gone by how the NEET paper is given. As such, they did not follow any particular categorization. It is basically randomly done, is what we understand, because there are a couple of chapters where both the the questions are given in both the categories, botany as well as zoology, especially if you look at the chapters like cell cycle, evolution, like Suchita just mentioned, right? So these are some chapters which are given in both. So going strictly by how the NEET paper has appeared, you can see from section A there are 74% that were easy, right? And there are 23% that are moderate. Difficult questions is also something that we did talk about in our previous slides, right? If you come to section B, again 47% are easy, moderate 40%, and difficult level was 13%. As she was saying, again there is a choice, but overall I think ma'am also agrees that it is an easy paper. It may be a lengthy paper for you to read a lot of match the following, read a lot of statement questions, right? A little time taken, especially and the pattern also changed where you have 50, 100 questions from bio. But overall an easy paper, because PCR is also something where lots and lots of questions are asked. If you observe gene therapy, from the same topic there are 2 questions that are asked. So there are too many questions from smaller topics. On the other hand, there are certain topics which are untouched. Right, so this is our overall analysis as far as NEET 2021 is concerned. Anything to add, Suchita?
Yeah, thank you all, and do subscribe to our channel Infinity Learn.
And if you are taking a drop this year, not to worry at all. If you have not performed well this year, not to worry at all. If you have done it, great. We wish you all the best. We want you to wear that white coat and be a very, very proud one. Not yourselves, your parents, your teachers also are going to be proud of you. But in case, just in case you miss that train this time, we are with you. Do subscribe to Infinity Learn, right? And we are here and very happy to learn, because learning is
Infinite
and fun.
Thank you.